She got that wop, she really lit. I got a guap, I'm really lit. Kinda that guap, I really lit. Stack up the guap in increments. Money on squigger and participant. I live the life of an immigrant. Free as a white abolitionist.
Hey man, hey nigga, real stay shit. You already know what the fuck going on, man. So we posted here today. We gotta talk about this brewing beef right now that makes no fucking sense with this weird ass shit that's going on between KanKan, Yeat, and Autumn, man. Now, I've been fucking with these niggas for a minute. Like, I've heard all their music. I'm not gonna say who I'm a bigger fan of because I don't want to be biased and have niggas in the comments like, hey, you're just a fucking blank fan. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. So, I'm gonna just explain how the fuck they have beef. And basically, like, paraphrase it. If there's anything that I'm missing in this shit, feel free to comment and fucking clear it up. Like, I'm trying my hardest here because it's not all the information. Like, these are just, like, kind of underground rappers, so we gotta go by hearsay. So with most great things that happen, this beef starts, I guess it was kind of like some internal shit. Like, niggas were cool with like KanKan and like Autumn and Slay World and shit, but then I guess something kind of went left. You know, niggas be doing hella drugs too, so that makes niggas weird. So I guess the whole beef right now sort of flared up because a fan basically said that niggas were better, and then KanKan was like, I'm better than that nigga. And then I guess this whole thing started getting weird with that shit, with the tweet, which I'll show right here. And then this nigga started hating, and then he previewed like a Yeat diss.
That equivalent, I never doubt you the littlest. This shit was never coincidence. 76283 ligaments. Drum on the chart as an instrument. Living fast, gotta be vigilant. Used to be happy and imminent. Deep out the break-in for the sense.
And I guess he was kind of dissing all of them, but Yeat is like the biggest. And then it's sort of like developed into that shit. And then right now we're at the stage where this nigga, I think he posted it on SoundCloud. It's basically a diss for Yeat. Because, I mean, I don't know if he dissed him specifically in the song because he's the biggest artist that niggas will actually know. Even though KanKan shit is pretty big right now too. But he basically dropped a diss track at Yeat. And he basically, I wouldn't even call this shit a diss track. This nigga basically stole his sound and then just made a diss. And then Yeat responded, and September's Rich responded, and then there's a whole bunch of craziness. But someone please explain to me how the fuck Autumn like faked jail. They basically like ripped into this nigga. They said that he got robbed with his pole, so he had a gun and he got robbed. And then they were just flaming him online and shit. But they said that this nigga Autumn fake went to jail. Allegedly, apparently this nigga fake went to jail and fake. The mugshot don't even look real. So they were basically just hating this shit. They're like, September's Rich was saying that this nigga, he basically doesn't have like the actual like fucking like any like paperwork or anything that says he's in jail. So he's capping in his raps. And then Autumn basically said that Yeat was actually fucking signed. But I think that shit is incorrect. Because niggas don't even know how the industry works. You can be signed to a distribution deal, but that shit is totally different than being signed to a fucking record label. Like, a record deal. Because a distribution deal was really just giving you label-like services. So this nigga Autumn was basically dissing Yeat by saying that they made it seem like Yeat was independent and shit, and then getting the cosign from Drake, which is a really big deal. But I guess this nigga was trying to say that he is low-key signed, but I think he's only signed to a distribution deal, which is like, it's not even really signed. Like, this nigga did this shit by himself. The label just kind of puts you on to like playlists and shit, but you can't get on a playlist guaranteed unless your music is fire. There's no guarantee, so it's not like the label is even doing anything, especially with the distribution deal. A record label, like a label deal, like a record deal, original, like a licensing shit, I feel like is more likely to be like getting on a playlist or some shit than a distribution deal. That's how I feel. But basically he was hating on them, saying that like these niggas had a distribution deal, and then they went back and then they were saying, they said that they were lying about their deal, and then September said he was lying about jail. And then apparently it's a common knowledge that this nigga was like not in jail and faked his own jail time. And then basically they said that this nigga got robbed with this strap. Now that in street shit is goofy as fuck, because it's like, why the fuck do you even have a gun if you're gonna get robbed? Like, that's dumb as fuck. Like, you're gonna put the gun down? But I don't know. Apparently, like, they seem like they know him, so I mean, it's just kind of interesting to see all this. KanKan was flared up saying on him, and it's like, I don't know, like, I feel like it kind of stems out of jealousy. Like, Yeat has been fired for a minute, man. Like, he's like the one now. KanKan is getting big right now. This nigga probably hating because he's been doing this for way longer, and they kind of like hopped on their wave. Like, Autumn and Summer, so like, those niggas have been big for a minute. So like, those niggas basically, I guess he feels, I wouldn't even say from the ground up, and KanKan too, really, because they were nobody a year ago. They were like, people knew them, but this year they kind of blew up crazy. So it's like, I don't know. They're both in the right, they're both in the wrong. September's Rich had a point too, like saying this nigga was faking and capping this shit. But most of this rap shit is cap anyway. It's like, all these niggas are cap as fuck. Not saying these niggas in particular, but like, all these rappers are cap as fuck. And it's just kind of sad, because it's like, I remember not too long ago in the Out Generation music interview, they were shouting this nigga out, and I'm pretty sure they didn't have any foul words for him. So I would have to say the root of the cause has to do with money. I'm saying this because it's either like, why the fuck would you have an issue with someone that kind of puts you on, you know? It would have to be some type of money or jealousy. I would say probably jealousy plays in at number one. Probably seeing like the rise of these niggas, because it's like, I feel like Yeat kind of got to a level where he's at like almost a household name, especially with the Drake cosign. And these niggas have been grinding for mad long, and they haven't gotten any huge cosign like that. But it's like, fuck a cosign, nigga. Like, there's enough people out here to listen to your music that you don't even need to fight with niggas at all. But really, the fighting and beefing and all that shit is probably because it's like for promotion. But it seems like it's pretty serious, and they are hating. But it's just like, man, it's kind of sad to see. It just shows the industry be tearing niggas apart, especially niggas that used to be friends. There's no such thing as friends in the industry. If there are other artists and shit, it's kind of hard to be friends unless you came up together. But you see all these groups break apart, and it's usually over money, hoes, or fucking like fame and jealousy. But this nigga Autumn is already in the fucking like position to fucking do whatever the fuck this nigga wants to do. Like, this nigga is just needs to keep doing this shit, and he's gonna be just as big. All he needs is a hit. I don't think he needs to be fucking making fake Yeat songs and shit and dissing niggas sounding like them. Like, that's so fried, nigga. Like, come on. But it's like, this nigga kind of weird. But at the same time, he's kind of the reason why they're even big in the first place. Not totally, but like, he played a role in it. We can't pretend like this nigga did not play a role in it. So it's double fucked up. I just hope they kind of figure it out for their own sake, so they don't have to be hating on each other. But then again, I hope they don't figure it out, because if they're hating on each other, they shouldn't even be friends in the first place. You feel me? Like, there's no like on again, off again friendship. That shit fucked up, especially in the industry, man. It's just gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. Now, it's just crazy, man. Like, niggas one day are your homie, niggas one day aren't, and I feel like a lot of it is drug addictions and drug shit. Just like, I feel like that plays a key in it, because when you're off the drugs, it makes your mood crazy, and your mood swings go crazy, especially if you're withdrawing and shit. I would say that's probably like the number one reason, the drugs. Then it would be jealousy. Then it would just be like money or something like that. But hey, man, it's sad to see. I'm guessing Slay World isn't a thing anymore. But hey, if I missed anything, or if I got something wrong, or I didn't get the timetables right, just fucking let me know in the comments and shit. But hopefully they come back together and make some music, or they don't. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. They're all gonna have a huge career. But hey, let me know in the comments if I got that shit right. You got any fucking like things to add? All that shit. Real Stay Safe shit. You already know what the fuck going on. Dropping this new Stay Safe merch. Face masks, balaclavas, fucking shirts and shit. Link in the description if you interested. That shit dropping in November. You already know. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. We're gonna keep y'all tapped in and all this shit every day. Real Stay Safe shit. You already know what the fuck going on. Peace.